Hello everyone, welcome back to Piofiore Faded Memories! Oh boy, the last episode, Yang, my emotions were being pulled every which way by him, you know. 1 second, he's giving me a cute stuffed panda, and the next he's killing a man, and then the next, he's taking a nap with me on a rooftop. It's just, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. Maybe that's the point. Maybe I'm not supposed to know how I'm supposed to feel. That was a lot of saying the word supposed. Dante and Gilbert also met at the end of the last video, and I mean, I think they're gonna be coming together to try and maybe put a stop to the whole like drug thing, which kind of makes me worried about them because I'm on Yang's route, so I feel like they're not really gonna succeed. But then again, I don't know. That's another thing about this route, is I feel like I don't really know what's happening. Like, I know there's an issue with drugs, and Lee is a problem. I feel like that's really all I know, though. I feel very in the dark in this route compared to Nicholas. But I'm excited to see which way my emotions are gonna get pulled today, so let's just find out. It's another day. It was time for Yamcha.
今日のお茶はソイ新茶だよ。香りは甘いけど、味には渋みがあってバランスがいいんだよね。
I made tarali? It's simple but delicious. It's a hard-baked bread adored in Italy's Apulia and Campania regions. I like bread a lot.
美味しそうね。早速食べちゃおうよ。
Lon and Faye immediately reached out for the tarali? Tarali? The two were eating quietly when suddenly they looked up at each other.
リリー、調子悪い？
Does my cooking suck? Is that why?
これ、ちょっと焦げてるね。
Oh no!
でも、ちょっとだから、食べられないとか、そういうのじゃないよ。
むしろ、これはこれで香ばしくて美味しいかなって感じ。
けど、お菓子を焦がすなんて初めてだよね。何かあったの？
My life. No, I'm fine. It's nothing. Thanks, you too. Oh, by the time Yamcha was served, a few men had entered the cafeteria. But first, meanwhile, trickery. There's some trickery going on. Others.
理由はわからないけど、何か落ち込んでるみたいだね。
あの子が落ち込む理由って、やっぱり恋の悩みかも。
僕の印象だと、そういう話とはちょっと違う気がするよ。
なら、あんまり外に出てないから気持ちが沈んできたってところかしらね。
That is rather depressing for me.
そう？僕の記憶では、昨日も一緒に出かけたばかりだと思うけど。
Look, everything in my life is just kind of depressing right now.
まあ、ランが気になるなら、散歩とか買い物とか誘ってみる？
Girls trip.
それもいいけど。もっと素敵なこと思いついたよ。船上デートなんてすごくロマンチックでしょ？
I don't think I want to be in the middle of open water with Yang.
ランの考えてることは想像つくけど。
I keep cutting Faye off. I'm sorry, Faye. By the time Yamcha was served, a few men had entered the cafeteria. Among them was Lee. Oh god. He must be joining today's meeting. Everyone began to sit down, but there seemed to be some time before the meal started. I took a deep breath and approached Lee, who was standing near the entrance. May I ask how Elena is doing?
あんたはこないだの。ああ、そうか。あの女、あんたの知り合いだったか。あの女なら、まだ俺のところだ。
Is she alive at your place?
なかなか具合のいいおもちゃだからな。楽しませてもらっている。
His answer made me dizzy. Please let her go back to the church. Watch it, Lily. Watch it.
返
We're
すも
warned.
何も。本人は幸せそうにしている。俺は可愛がってやっているだけだ。
But Elena's...
あの女を返せば、俺のおもちゃがなくなる。
No.
あんたがその穴埋めをするか？
What?
あんたがあの女の代わりに俺のところに来て、俺を楽しませてくれるって言うなら、あの女を解放してやってもいい。どうする？
I didn't know what to say.
わかったか？あんたがしようとしていたのはつまらない偽善だ。 自分が犠牲になるつもりもないくせに偉そうな口を。邪魔だ。
Oh, I didn't know when Yang had arrived, but he was standing behind Lee.
くだらない話はやめろ。さっさと座れ。はい。
Lee answered to Yang and rushed to sit down. Yang sat down in his chair and looked over at me, monitoring for me to come. Did he just save me? There was a chance that Lee really was in his way, but it felt a little like he saved me. As soon as everyone sat down, Yang started to talk.
次の取引には俺が参加する。は？しかし、本国の連中はあれこれうるさいから俺に任せると。
Well, you're annoying, Lee.
今になって取引に参加するだなんて、一体どういう風の吹き回しです？ずっとお前に任せきりだったからな。たまにはゆっくり休め。この俺がお前の仕事を肩代わりしてやる。俺が自ら出向いてやると言っているのになぜ喜ばない？何か不都合でもあるのか？いえ、何も。
ちょっといい？リーが行かないならリリーを連れて行ってあげてほしいの。
Oh dear.
狩猟の女なら取引に同席してもおかしくないよね。
What? Me? I was startled at the twins' sudden suggestion. Being present during a mafia deal was something I wished to avoid as much as possible.
いいだろう。
What? I would rather stay behind if possible.
ただし、お前たち二人は来るな。護衛はいらん。
Yang ignored me and spoke to the twins.
それはつまんないね。
どうせなら僕たちも行きたいよ。
文句を言うな。もともとお前たちが同行する予定はない取引だろう。
はーい。ちゃんとここで待ってるね。
Lon sulked, sounding disappointed, and the topic shifted to business. Yang received a few more reports, then the meeting was over. Some left promptly, some stayed behind. The reactions were varied, but Lee looked troubled and immediately returned, taking his men with him.
おい、ちょっと来い。
ヤン、どうしたの？何？
はーい。僕たちをご指名なんだね。よくわかんないけど任せてよ。
The twins happily came over and Yang took them outside of the dining hall. I still couldn't gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, pressed up, resentment. Lee's backwards Yang room. You don't have a panda in your room, though.
リー、よかった。おかえりなさい。私、ずっと待っていたのよ。
うるさい、黙れ。
Oh.
ごめんなさい、リー。私、ちゃんとできなくて。
黙れと言っている。
Don't hit her again.
まさかヤンが取引に行くなど、これでは俺の予定が狂う。
What was your plan?
あれを悟られるわけにはいかない。もみ消すためには何か。
リー。
くそ。
Oh.
やんめ。
What was that sound effect? Please tell me you weren't hurting Elena again. And you just like punched a wall instead. Why would I be going? With my thoughts still muddled, I started to clean up after the meal. 2 days after the meeting at the base. Whoa! The ship carrying us from the quiet night harbor departed offshore. The boat rocking, the waves crashing, it was all new to me. The deal was on a boat. I muttered to myself when suddenly Yang took my chin and forced me to look at him. Whoa! Sir! What you doing?
目の光が違う。そんなに船が楽しいか？
Well... He must have noticed that I secretly enjoyed the experience. I know I shouldn't be happy considering the circumstances, but... It was my first time on a boat.
構わん。俺の女なら、それくらい度胸が座っている方がいい。
Yang's smile seemed different. It wasn't his usual sneer, but a natural expression that showed he was enjoying himself. Why is my heart pounding? I don't know, girl. Why is your heart pounding?
本国からの荷物は定期的に届くが、銃や薬など正規のルートでは通せないようなものばかりだ。船を接岸させることはできん。
So you're smuggling things in? A part of me was in shock, and Yang's eyes thinned as if he were having fun.
理解が早いな。
I had a feeling that it wasn't a normal business deal. This was a true crime scene. As I realized it, my heart began to grow heavy. I had become accustomed to being by Yang's side, but I still hated the violence and the drugs that caused people pain. New chapter? Chapter 5. Unexpected. The ship set sail, avoiding the reef and shadows of a rocky cliffside. There was a boat waiting for us there. I never knew such a place existed. You can't see it from the port. The last shoe seemed to be importing illegal items from their home country. When the two boats approached one another, the crew sent a rope and planks between them.
さて、取引の時間だ。俺のものらしく腕につかまっておけ。
Okay.
そう露骨に嫌そうな顔をするな。押し倒したくなる。
That is the exact reason I didn't want to come on this trip with you, as I was worried you would do that. It's not funny. I couldn't hide my distaste as I took his arm. Yang smiled as if he were having fun. Using the boards connecting the ships, the mainland crew crossed over to us. They and Yang spoke together in a Chinese language. I had no idea what they're talking about. I felt a little uncomfortable. After they spoke, the Lao Shu men guided the messengers to the back of the boat.
こちらの積み荷を確認したいそうだ。お前も一緒に来い。
Oh. This was when I truly understood. Their deal wasn't just receiving products, but an exchange of something as well. So would it be money, or... What? From one of the cabins that the Lao Shu opened, a girl came tumbling out. Oh no! Oh no! The girl seemed desperate as she grasped onto the member nearby.
カラメラちょうだい。
Oh no!
勝手に出てくるんじゃねえ。中に戻っておとなしくしてろ。
いやよ、お願い。何でもするから。
The girl's hair was messed up and she started to scream. The member clicked his tongue, kicking the girl and roughly throwing her back inside. Wait. The shipment? What? Oh no. It's the girl. My unpleasant feelings gradually became real. I felt myself go pale. I timidly looked over at Yang, who casually said something unbelievable to me.
西洋の女はアジアでは高く売れる。
Oh no! Sell for a high price?
最近の若い者はすぐにふるさとを捨てていってしまうからの。
Yes. Last month, my friend Viola left, and this month it was Eliza. Both of them came to the church to tell us of their departure.
みんな都会に憧れがあるのかね。
I realized another possibility. I couldn't hide my confusion and awkwardly spoke up. There have been many girls disappearing from Berlone lately. Everyone assumed that they wanted to leave this boring town and go to the city, but
察しがいいな。
I remembered that I asked him to save Elena once before.
それに、その女の状況はまだマシ
It
な
could be
方だ。
this, I think is what he's referring to. This is what he must have meant back then. He must be saying that Elena was better off here than the fate this girl will face. I was standing face to face with the depths of darkness that existed in this town. Not only were they dealing in weapons and drugs, but they also sold live humans as products. Jesus! This route is so dark! I realized that the Laoshu were dabbling in more inhumane business than I imagined. That's horrible! Those girls, they did nothing wrong. How could you addict them to drugs to imprison them, then sell them to another country? I'm sure none of them ever wished for a fate like this. I was so angry and sad and completely helpless. I couldn't contain my frustrations. I pressed Yang, but he remained silent. His face drew near, almost to the point where it could touch mine. His golden eyes looked straight at me, and he whispered in a low and threatening tone. Probably don't want the other people around to hear what I'm saying.
他人のことをそこまで思いやれるとは随分余裕があるんだな。どうやらお前は自分の立場というものを忘れているらしい。
Yang sneered and his eyes narrowed as if he were testing me. It's not that. I know that telling you won't change your mind, nor would you save them. But even so, seeing such a horrible thing unfold in front of me, I can't just watch and say nothing. My heart felt so much pain, and my eyes welled with tears. The Laoshu and you are too cruel. Do you not realize that? For a second, his eyes wavered slightly.
わかるのが当然ということか。なるほど。俺には足りないというわけだ。
Yang? I couldn't understand what he was saying. My brow furrowed, and just then... Whoa! Ah! Is this involving whatever Lee was planning? Suddenly, a loud sound roared into my ears, and the ship began to shake. No, I can't stay up. The book shook roughly. I think that's supposed to say the boat shook roughly, and I lost my balance. I almost fell into the deck when... Yang held my waist with his arm, as if I were a piece of luggage he was holding steady. He muttered as though the rumbling roar didn't bother him at all.
来たか。予想より早かったな。
What's going...
口を閉じろ。
Who's here? Still holding on to me, Yang jumped into the sea. Oh no! I felt a shock as if I were being stabbed by needles all over, but I couldn't scream. I realized it was the cold of the ocean water. The muffled roar sounded again, and I was swept away by the violent currents. This is like my nightmare. It hurts. As the current calmed, my wrist was grabbed. I'm drowning. Yang had pulled me up out of the water, and I desperately gasped for air.
息を吐くことを意識しろ。海水を飲むぞ。
I followed his suggestion, breathing out as I looked around for the ship. But the boat we were just on was burning red against the darkness of the night. What happened to the girls on the boat? I think they're probably dead. I looked carefully and saw a silhouette or two coming out of the boat cabins. But I didn't hear anyone jump in. I couldn't do anything. Prospect. What just happened? Dante.
おう、火柱がよく見えるね。
Okay,
や
as
っ
you
ぱり
guys.
ここに来て正解だっただろう。
Gilbert held the binoculars in one hand as he spoke in a happy mood.
あれはドイツが開発した代物でな。さっきの大戦で36隻もの船を沈めたそうだ。なかなか面白いおもちゃだろう。
German invention, a reference to the explosive device designed by a German chemist, better known as the pencil bomb. It was made in the form of a cylinder internally separated by a circular copper disc. The bomb would explode when the acids in the chamber mixed with the erosion of the copper disc. Oh, well, that's what it was then. Okay, and the Great War, the Great European War spanning from 1914 to 1918. That's all you need to know. Gilbert smiled with satisfaction, and I looked straight at him.
だが、想定と少し差異がある。爆発からエンジンに引火するまで思いのほか時間がかかった。
言っても数十秒程度だろ。そんなもん誤差のうちにも入らねえよ。
だが相手はヤンだ。その数十秒の間に逃げおおせる可能性もある。
Wish he did.
実際にあいつの死体を見るまでは成功したとは言えないな。
I don't think these two expected Lily to be on the boat, though.
そうだな。予定通りファルツォーネとビスコンティの船を出す。ヤンの死体と生き残った人間がいねえか、周辺の海を徹底的に捜索させよう。
The survivors are me and Yang. I couldn't do anything. I felt suffocated by how powerless I was. I could only watch as the flames lit the night sky and smoke rose from the ship. The ship we were on had suddenly exploded, and the ship alongside it had sunk as well. The autumn night had chilled the seawater. In the piercing cold, I wondered what would become of us. Again, this is my literal nightmare. Just then, a new boat arrived and pulled Yang and me out of the water. The idea of like being stuck in the middle of the ocean is so scary.
すごい爆発。
ほんと前に見た花火より大きくてすごかったよ。
Oh, is that what he wanted from you two earlier? Lon was talking with excitement and approached us with a large bath towel. And she swiftly patted my drenched body. But I still couldn't stop shaking. My whole body was shaking and my teeth chattered violently. The fear of almost dying combined with the freezing cold was nearly unbearable.
しっかり拭こうね。早く体を温めないとこのままじゃ凍死しちゃうよ。
I couldn't answer Lon and just looked at Yang. I desperately tried to keep my lips from trembling as I spoke. What happened back there? Yang was drying his wet body with the towel and answered matter-of-factly.
おそらくはファルツォーネもしくはレッドフォード、いや両方だな。
It was both.
奴らが俺を殺そうと手を打ったのだろう。連中は俺を亡き者にすればラオ州が瓦解すると踏んでいるのだろうな。
But they blew up the whole ship. Did they not realize there were girls in there who were completely innocent? Yang
あ
smiled.
いつらをあまり見くびるな。連中がそこまで調べていないはずがない。もっとも奴らにも予想できなかったことがあるだろうがな。
Lily being there? Yang muttered and glanced over at me. With this incident, I felt like everything I knew about this world came crashing down. I thought both the Falzoni and the Visconti wouldn't cause harm to the civilians. They would never hurt the kind religious people of Berlone. They weren't like the Laoshu. I mean, to be fair, at least they're not basically trafficking humans. Or so I thought. Like, look, even if they did know about that, I still think they come out on top compared to the Laoshu and Yang. At the end of the day, they too were mafia. The Berlone Mafia were criminals, not a charitable institution. I was given a stern reminder of that fact.
しかし爆弾まで仕掛けてくるとはな。一体どこから情報を仕入れたのか興味深い。まさか取引の手法や場所だけではなく詳細な日時まで知られているとは思わなかった。
So what did Lee not want Yang to find out, though? Oh, Yang grinned. Unless he's wondering, like, oh, how they found out. Did Lee let it slip? I don't know. 'Cause I don't know what it... He was so worried about Yang finding out, though. Really? That was unexpected. Really?
俺の言葉を疑うのか?
I'm thinking you knew, and that's why Alon and Faye showed up, because you wanted them to be there to come in and swoop in and save us. Yang looked down at me as if trying to read my thoughts. You seemed to know that an attack was about to occur. The reason Faye and Lon came over so quickly was because you had them on standby, right? I can't help but think you expected this attack from the very start. Yang stared at me and quietly and eventually smiled.
今まであまり感じたことはなかったが、お前は俺と気が合うのかもしれんな。
See, I don't know about that.
すごい褒められてるね。おめでとう、リリー。
Thank you.
僕も驚いた。ヤンが女にそんなこと言うの初めて聞いたよ。
Yang never respects women. Is this something to be happy about? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to be told I'm like Yang.
このまま港に戻れば待ち構えた連中に蜂の巣にされるだろう。沖合には大方俺の死体を探すために船を出しているだろうしな。
じゃあどうするの？
幸い今夜は月が隠れている。すぐに北上して市街の港に船をつけろ。ブルローネには陸路で戻る。
了解だよ。すぐに伝えてくるね。
By the time we had gotten to a small village off the coast of Berlone, the clouds had shifted and the moon became visible. We quietly brought the ship to shore, and the twins got on land first.
捨てるにはもったいない船だからな。お前はほとぼりが冷めるまでこの辺りで待機しろ。俺の連絡を待ってブルローネに船を戻せ。手入れは怠らないようにしておけよ。
わかりました。ヤン。
The person who was maneuvering the boat nodded firmly. We managed to find an inn in the village. Lon and Faye said they didn't want to be separated, so I paired with Yang. The simple room had a window through which the starlight shone faintly. Even after I got in bed, I couldn't stop thinking about the explosion. I couldn't sleep. Please, let those girls make it out safely, even if it's just one person. I knew it was a faint hope, but I couldn't help but pray. Before I knew it, Yang had gotten up. He leaned with his back to the wall, looking up as he laughed inside.
眠れんな。
Hey, same. When I heard him mutter that, ... Yeah. Not asking Yang if he was scared. That sounds like a dumb question. As soon as I heard his faint muttering, I felt a chill run down my spine. The reason he can't sleep, it's because he must be really excited. Yeah, the opposite. Putting his own life at risk. No, that's not it. Many people were sacrificed today. He doesn't feel guilty about it, nor does he fear what happened. The quiet moonlight shone down on him, and he looked like a gorgeous statue, but also like a monster that was hungry for blood. Of course, I couldn't call out to him. The following morning, we all gathered and discussed what to do from here. Meanwhile, searching for Yang body. There isn't a body. Dawn broke after a night of investigation.
船の残骸は確認したよ。生存者も何名か回収できたけど、ヤンの姿も取引に同行していたとみられる人間の姿もなかった。
夜の海でヤンの死体を見つけるのは花から容易ではないと思っていたが、やはりそう簡単には上がらないか。ニコラ、ブルローネに通じる街道に十分な見張りをつけておけ。
わかった。
無駄足じゃねえか。あの爆発からそう簡単に逃げおせるとは思えねえな。
普段なら同意するが、あの男は規格外だ。手は打っておいた方がいい。
The following morning, we all gathered and... Right, I already read that.
2、3日中にはブルローネに戻る。
そうだね。たまには街の外も楽しいけど、ずっとだと退屈しちゃうよ。
ヤンが留守にしてると勝手なことする構成員が出るかもしれないしね。
Really? Will it be safe? I couldn't help but be anxious, but Yang looked back at me with cold eyes. If the boat was targeted at the exact date and time of the deal, then that means someone's leaking information to the enemy, like a spy. Yang responded casually.
さして脅威でもない。とはいえ、所詮暇つぶしに過ぎないが、何も起きないよりは面白い。今戻らねば祭りに乗り遅れるかもしれん。間を空けてしまうのは避けたい。
It's not normal to want to dive into such a dangerous environment. Well, Yang isn't normal. I was once again reminded of how dangerous Yang was.
ねえねえ、ヤン。昨日の爆発にファルツォーネとビスコンティが絡んでるなら、普通に帰ると邪魔されるんじゃない？
まあ、あいつらも甘くないよね。 ブルローネの街道は一つしかない。きっと厳重に見張られてるでしょ。
だが何もバカ正直に街道を通ってやる必要はないだろう。
Oh, meanwhile, at the time, I still didn't realize what Yang meant. Scheming. Hello, Lee. Ever since getting word of what happened, I couldn't stop laughing.
あの爆発だ。さすがにヤンも死んだはず。まさかこんなにもうまくいくとは。
Well, don't celebrate just yet, dude. He's still alive and kicking.
これでラオシュは俺の天下だ。リュウファンフイでの出世も約束されたようなものを。
Okay, so did you leak the information to them then? Okay, you have fun evilly laughing.
リエ、嬉しそうね。
ああ、今日の俺は機嫌がいい。すべてが目論見通りに動いたからな。
私、リーならきっと何でもできるって思っていたわ。
愚鈍なおもちゃの割になかなかいいことを言う。今日は褒美をやろう。エレナ。
No, please don't try and treat her, because it's not gonna be anything good.
本当、嬉しい。
ああ、どうせまた欲しかったんだろ。
そうなの。すごいのね、リーって。私のこと何でも分かってくれる。
当然だ。俺はいずれリュウファンフイの頂点に立つ器だからな。
You're not though. That makes this really embarrassing for you. At the time, I still didn't realize what Yang meant. In the woods! A few days later, we left the inn and entered the forest. Wait, everyone. Yang and the others didn't think twice as they walked into the forest. You all aren't from here, so you wouldn't know, but there are wolves in this forest. It'll be dangerous if we go in.
危ないのか。
Huh?
大丈夫でしょ。狼なんて怖くない
Okay,
よ。
but they scare me, and I don't think I can outrun one.
あなたは怖いの？だったらヤンの後ろにぴったりくっついてればいいよ。
Okay. You people are crazy. I couldn't just stand at the edge of the forest, so I timidly followed them inside. Yang stopped suddenly. What is it? Don't tell me.
狩られに来たようだ。
Oh no, is it? It's a wolf, isn't it? Oh dear lord, I warned you people. As he said that, I heard a low beastly growl. I started to step back, and Yang must have noticed. Without turning back, he said,
狼は囲い込んで獲物を狩る。あまり下がると後ろから食われるぞ。俺から離れるな。
From beyond the grassy area, a large gray creature came forward. Whoa, whoa, whoa! A few dozen wolves surrounded us, looking for a meal.
派手にやっちゃうよ。
A few dozen wolves? Is what she said? And you three are just gonna take them all out, aren't you?
久しぶりだね、こんな狩り。
Oh. I could hear Lon swinging her dragon blade and crushing the wolves' bones? Jesus! Faye then swung his lancet, flying in the air and easily dodging the wolf's fangs. His blades were like a beast's claw. He sliced through the wolf's flesh and bones, gouging out their... Jesus God! Ew! Yang! That was a bit excessive! Oh my God! In an instant, there were piles of corpses laid out around Yang. My... Ah!
ラン、後ろ。
そんなの分かってるよ。
I am disturbed heavily. Lon kicked the wolf who attacked from behind. But the wolf didn't back down. burying its fangs even more until Faye's... How are you supposed to say that? Lancet pierced it. I cowered seeing all the blood splatter. He seemed to notice me, gasped, and looked back at me for a second. But he said nothing and continued to wield his... I can't say these things. My god. I noticed something. I was close to him, enough to grab his clothes, but his blade never once grazed me. Is he worried about me being behind him? Lily, again. The bare minimum. It may be a coincidence, but even then, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that he wouldn't want you to be, like, hit by his blade. You know? Until all of the wolves fell to the ground, he had protected me all the way through. We encountered a few more packs of wolves, but managed to get through the forest. Yang and the twins walked along the unpaved road without a problem. Okay, is this supposed to be a cricket? Because it's very annoying and I don't like that noise. Ah, I tripped on a root and almost fell over. Make it stop, please! I hate it! It was getting dark and I wasn't able to navigate the path as quickly. Not only that, but I was getting tired from walking so long. But I can't fall behind. Oh, thank God it stopped. I can't believe you three took down several dozen wolves.
Tomare. 今夜はここで寝る.
Hopefully we don't get attacked by wolves in our sleep. What?
嫌か?
Isn't it dangerous to sleep in the wild? We need to get out of the woods as soon as possible.
確かに。これから夜通し歩き続ければ、夜明け前にはブルローネが見えるだろう。だが、お前はもう歩けまい。
You could carry me. That's not true.
無理だ。俺が運んでやってもいいが、俺を無駄に疲れさせるつもりなら、
I would rather not pay for it. I take it
相応の
back.
対価を要求する。
Pay for it? I only had bad feelings about it. I sighed a little and then apologized with honesty. I'm sorry for slowing you all down. If we could please rest here tonight.
構わん。お前が俺たちと同等の体力を持っているとは、初めから思っていない。
ちょっと口を挟んでいい？
なんだ？
ランがいないんだけど。
How long has she not been around, and how long have, like, we just been going without— What? What do you mean she isn't around? How did we lose her? Why are we not all walking together?
あいつの面倒を見るのはお前の役割だろう。
そうなんだけど、さっきまでいたんだよ。なのに今気づいたら消えてたの。
What do we do? I need to go find her.
お前は動くな。途中で行き倒れるだけだ。
But Yang...
あいつのことは気にせず放っておけ。どうせそのうち追いついてくる。
In such a deep forest, I couldn't imagine her finding us so easily. I was so worried, but both Yang and Faye didn't seem to be bothered at all. Will she really be okay? I hope so. Okay, good.
どこ行ってたの、ラン？
もうすぐ晩ご飯の時間でしょ？何か食べられるものを探そうと思って。
ラン、言っても無駄かもだけど、今度からは動く前に何か言ってよ。
I'm so glad Lan is safe. I sighed with relief. Yang didn't seem particularly interested. He was sitting against a nearby tree.
それで、ランは何を見つけてきたの？
Lan took something out of her pocket. More things scattered onto the ground.
焼いて食べると美味しいよ。
Did you kill a snake?
ランにしてはマシな方だね。
I shouldn't be surprised you
焼いて
killed
食べ
wolves.
ると美味しいよ。
I'm not... I can go a day without food. I can. I'm not eating insects. I'm not.
そうだね。
見て見て。この虫は茹でると赤くなってエビみたいな味になるんだよ。あ、それからこっちの黄色い芋虫は生で食べると甘いんだよ。あなた顔色悪いね。大丈夫？
I'm not eating insects.
あれ？もしかして寝てるかも？ すごく疲れてたみたいだね。
I was born and raised in the town of Berlone. I never imagined I'd sleep in a forest of wolves. Or be asked to eat bugs. It is morning. The morning rays shone through the trees, and a cool breeze grazed my cheeks. I'm in a forest? Oh. I remembered everything that happened and tried to get up, but I couldn't move somehow. I don't care how tired I am. I don't think I would sleep well in a forest. Like, don't ever ask me to go camping. I cannot do it. I'm scared of bugs. Freaks me out, man.
目が覚めたか?
Yang? Why? For some reason, he was holding me on his lap. Oh.
勝手に気絶したお前が悪い。
Oh, I fainted.
せめて俺に暖を取らせるくらいの役に立て。
Then were you holding me all night?
すぐに出発する。
Okay, dodge the question. Yang didn't answer me and let me go. Where are Lon and Faye?
先行して偵察に行かせた。パルツオーネあたりの監視が森の中まで伸びていないとは限らんからな。
Yang stood as he said that, and for some reason he reached out toward me. Huh?
手を出せ。
Huh?
野宿では大して疲労も抜けんだろう。このまま歩けばすぐに転ぶ。
He seemed willing to lend me his hand. I couldn't believe that he was being kind and stayed silent for a little while, but thanks. I awkwardly reached out for his hand. It was warmer than mine. Yang silently began to walk, and I followed. We proceeded through the woods again. Yang?
なんだ?
What's going to happen to me when we get to Berlone? Will I return to the Laoshu, or will I be able to return to the church one day? Lily looks... She slept in the woods all night, and she trekked through the woods all day. And this is how she looks. She looks perfect. You would never guess that she was in the woods for that long. You would have guessed that she had just gotten out of a nice bath and put these clothes on and did her hair and makeup and off she went. How, girl?
状況によるとしか言えんな。パルツオーネとビスコンティがどう動いているか次第だ。
Of course. His vague response made me feel depressed. Suddenly, Yang stopped and turned around.
だが、俺は...
Yes? Despite being in the shadows of the deep forest, his golden eyes shone boldly and looked as if he could see right through me.
俺のものを手放す気はない。
Oh. Does that mean I can no longer go home? I think that's what that means. But I couldn't ask him. But for some reason, I didn't hate Yang's words as much as I used to. Okay. Even if he held my hand, I no longer found myself wanting to shake it off. That evening, all right. We started this video with another day. We're gonna end it with that evening. Okay, a lot went down. A freaking boat explosion, beating up and killing several dozen wolves. Oh my god, they were going a little too hard on those wolves. Like, I know they were trying to attack them. They had to kill them, but like, did they really need to rip intestines out? Did they really need to go that far? And Lee thinks that he's gonna be the leader of the Laoshu now, which is really embarrassing for him. Like, he's all celebrating and maniacally laughing, and then Yang's gonna show up and he's gonna be like, excuse me? I also fear for Elena when that happens because, like, I don't know, I'm hoping he's not gonna take his anger out on her. But I guess you can see very slowly but surely the relationship between Yang and Lily progressing. I don't know how to feel about it, honestly. Because like I said, it's like Yang does the bare minimum and Lily's like, oh my god, he's being nice. Which, like, I guess is a lot for Yang, but it's like, like him holding out his hand and being like, come on, let's go. And they hold their hands walking. I mean, like, it could be seen as cute. And I did like that picture. Yang did look actually very pretty in it. But I don't know, again, it's the bare minimum, you know? Yang does like so many horrible things. And then he'll do like one nice thing and Lily's like, oh my god, he's being nicer to me? Could this mean I'm moving up in the world in his eyes? And I'm not saying I dislike Yang, because I do think that he's an interesting character. Thus far, he's not really my type, though, I would say that. I feel like I'm not super supportive of the relationship of Yang and Lily. Maybe that'll change the further we go, but as of right now, I'm not. But I mean, I guess Yang does seem to kind of be treating Lily better. But, you still gotta be careful to, like, not disobey him or else he'd probably get angry. I don't know, it's interesting, though. Even though I'm not, like, rooting for these two, it's still interesting to see how it's developing and how it will play out in the end. But yeah, I think I rambled on long enough at the end here. So with that, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!